God damn is right, man. And welcome to another episode of Rickle Me Pick. Sorry, my head's a little off and discombobulated. As the intro is playing, I just seen on my phone hip hop legend, California native, Oakland native, former death row associate, um, friend to many, man. West Coast legend Coolio has passed away. Sad thing to hear, man, right before I get on the show. But you know what I'm saying? Rest in peace to Coolio, man. Rest in peace, you know what I'm saying, to him and everything he's done, man. You know, his legacy will live on. Coolio had some dope ass jams. You know, most people know him from Gangsta's Paradise, but Fantastic Voyage, you know what I'm saying, was one of my all-time favorite jams. To this day, I still bump Fantastic Voyage by Coolio, man. So shouts out to Coolio, man, and rest in peace. You know what I mean? To you know what I'm saying, he had a great legacy, you know what I'm saying? Blessings to his family, man. So but without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into this episode, man. Welcome everybody. This is Rickle Me Pick, episode 25. And this is the full breakdown. If y'all, for those that have joined me Sunday after the episode, I had the first live reaction post-show convo. That's what we're calling it. And that's why I pretty much went through the whole episode, man. Went through the whole episode, and that's something I'm gonna do now. Because what it does is, by me doing the post-show convo and doing the full, episode review right after the show, it allows me to come here on Wednesdays and do another episode of Rickle Me Pick, where we're breaking down a little deeper. You know what I'm saying? I'm actually able to have time. You know, more people have seen the episode, and I have time to actually get deeper into it. You know what I'm saying? Like the conspiracy theories, the Easter eggs, the canon moments, all that stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? So that's what Wednesdays are here for. Ice T, what up? You know what I'm saying? Glad you made it here on this Wednesday. What's going on with you? And Ice T, you know what I'm saying? He was there Sunday, so he knows, you know what I'm saying? That this is the full episode breakdown, man. You know what I mean? So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into it. For those that are not aware, which I don't understand why you wouldn't be aware anymore, but for those that aren't aware, this is the review for season 6, episode 4, Night Family. Season 6, episode 4, Night Family. And by now, like I said, all of y'all should have seen the episode. So this entire episode is all reviews. I mean, is all spoilers, man. And shouts out to, the old Crown, because that's what we doing tonight. Damn, man, light all bright, man, can't even see it, man. But you know what the bot? Oh, there it goes. Bam. You know what I mean? But you know, gladly, man. I ain't gonna lie, Ice T, man. Said, you know what I'm saying, he didn't get the notification, but he can't miss out. This was planned all week, obviously, but my days, you know what I'm saying, the last few moments of my day before this, man, was just piss poor planning on my end. You know what I mean? So, but we getting into this, and like I said, season 6, episode 4, Night Family, and we got a lot to talk about, man. One centralized location, like we said. We don't have no portal. Oh, hold on, before I get into this, man, fucking let me do this shit right. Let me do this shit right.
He's taking the good stuff, 40. Wait, is any of this canon? It could have been.
So there we go, the breakdown, baby. You know what I mean? So we here. So in this episode, indeed it was. This episode was fucking hilarious. Yes, it was. And like I said, wasn't much going on in this episode, man, but it was a different episode. Definitely different Rick and Morty. We've had everything from our just funny Rick and Morty episodes to our really weird episodes. We've had our canon and continuity episodes. This was none of those. It had a few canon moments, had some continuity in it, but this was like a thriller episode. You know what I mean? It allowed some of the voice actors as well as the writers to take a different road with Rick and Morty on this episode, and that's exactly what they did. I know I seen a lot of comparisons in this episode to was it Get Out or Us by Jordan Peele. Um, I don't see it, man. Well, I mean, I guess the split personality aspect of it, but to me, it is more on the Severance level. You know what I mean? Like I said Sunday, I feel like it's more like the TV series Severance. For those who have seen it, you know what I'm talking about. For those who have not seen it, Severance here, as well as we see him on the screen. It's a pretty clear indication somebody came up with a chemical formula to where it splits the mind to where it's basically two lives. You have your work life and you have your personal life. And the two do not intermingle. They don't even know that they're splitting, it's one body, but two lives basically. And you know what I mean? Somebody ends up catching on and they get deep and they realize like, this is kind of fucked up. That's basically what this episode was. You know what I mean? You had your Rick went to the Glooby what was it, the Glooby Joop system and Glooby Jube system. Let me correct that. Glooby Jube system. I know Sunday I said it was the Gloopy Drop system, but it is not. It is the Glooby Jube system. And Rick had went there and got a what was it called? A synabulator. And basically what it does is it allows you to put it, it takes a piece of your DNA, you put it in what you want it to do, and then during the day you get to live your life out however you choose, however you please. And at night, your subconscious self does like this, or it does all the work. It does all the bullshit you don't want to do. You know what I mean? And yeah, see, yeah, like, a lot of people said it reminds them of us, and I guess I could see that. You know what I mean? I guess I see like the split personality, the unaware of the subconsciousness. You know, and I guess I see that. I watched Severance full. You know, what I'm saying full through. So I guess because some of the actors in Severance come out in Community, which Community is written by Dan Harmon, which is, obviously connected to Rick and Morty. I feel like that's where kind of the connection comes from. But Us was a really big thing with Jordan Peele, who Jordan Peele at the same time is a voice actor, or who has been a voice actor on Rick and Morty. So it could be, it could be a shout out to Jordan Peele. It could be, Dan Harmon just, extending his reach of his community and, his cast of that being. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? That's why I love it so much because there's so many different angles. Um, there's so many valid points on so many different ends. You know what I mean? And that's kind of like what the show is. You know what I mean? There's so many universes, there's so many answers, and the way they write the show allows fans. That's why I don't understand when fans get into the whole, especially on Reddit. Like I said, I stay away from Reddit because you know what I mean. It's just evil, man. And I see people on Reddit all the time just arguing with each other about who's right and wrong. But I'm just like, is there really a right and wrong in Rick and Morty? I can understand if the show was just cut and dry, black and white. You know what I'm saying, front to end. But Rick and Morty, there's so many universes, so many angles, and so just you know what I mean, so many different ways of doing something. I don't believe there's really a wrong answer. You feel what I'm saying? And so that's what's great about the show, man. But to everybody that's trying to take it serious and go above and beyond to be the right fucking answer, yeah, just
Shut the fuck up!
yeah, what he said. You know what I'm saying? This crown doing it right tonight, bro. But yeah, man. So that's what we, you know what I mean. That's the genre of the episode. It was a thriller, that suspense type, and shouts out to Spencer Grammer. She pretty much took the lead in this episode. For those that don't know Spencer Grammer, if you don't know who Spencer Grammer is, shame on you. That is Summer, the voice of Summer, and it's kind of funny, man. I watched a lot of the voice. I don't know. I guess not auditions, but the actual studio takes of them when they're doing the voiceover, and the body movement. First of all, Spencer Grace doesn't even have to like inflict her voice any. Like that's her voice. Summer is her voice. You know what I'm saying? And exactly, Ice-T, exactly. You know what I mean? It's a show that's meant to be enjoyable. If you're digging into it, like, I come on here and I do my evaluations and my theories, and but I also get a lot of my knowledge from other websites. Rick and Morty fandom, big fucking a big one where I get a lot of my where I compare a lot of my knowledge with. The Rick and Morty podcast with Brandon and Justin, you know what I'm saying? The homie Kieran, you know what I'm saying? He does his Rick and Morty fan show. There's a couple other websites. So, you know what I mean? Fans come on, they talk to Rick and Morty spill. So, I go in depth and I dig into it and stuff like that, but I'm not doing it on a aggressive level or a combative level. You know what I mean? Like, I want people to come here with their theories and throw them against mine, so we can just create like this whole theory concept of it. You know what I mean? So you're absolutely right, Ice-T. Like, it is completely meant to be enjoyable, and for those that enjoy it, I fucking love y'all. For those that don't enjoy it, man, just go somewhere, bro, because y'all just be having me confused, man.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
Feeling, bro. Every time I hear y'all talk, that's how I feel. But back to the episode. Where we at with it? So, like I said, man, shouts out to Spencer Grammer. She did an amazing job. And like I was saying, her body movement, everything about her, man, it's Summer. Like, I'm watching like the voice takes, and while she's in the studio doing it, and she's doing it, man, it's like watching Summer for real. And it was actually pretty fucking dope. She had came out. I showed it on the post. I gotta get used to this name, man. On the post show Convo, I showed the little clip of Summer where she was talking about how she was excited for the show. This is a genre that she really liked to do, and it really showed, man. It really showed she was waiting to take the lead in some type of form and fashion, and she did in this episode. And I think she did a fucking phenomenal job. So shouts out to Spencer Grammer, man. What I liked about it is this episode kind of opened a lot of doors for Summer, and it kind of closed a lot of them as well. We all know, I mean, the show's called Rick and Morty. Rick and Morty. Like, Morty is his guy. We all know that. You know what I mean? It's been his guy since day one. But as the seasons have gone on, we've seen the progression, we've seen the connection, the bond that has grown between Rick and Summer. And Summer is his go-to. Even though Morty's always by his side, Summer is his go-to. Summer is his, trusted confidant. You know what I mean? Like, he needs secret missions done. He needs secret intel done. He leaves it to Summer. You know what I mean? Anytime him and Morty go on a mission, in case something bad happens, he has, a fallback for Summer. And this showed no different. I remember it was, I believe, I can't think of the episode name, but I believe it was season 1, episode 6. Summer says something. Rick sits on the couch and he says, Summer, your opinion means nothing to me. Your opinion means nothing to me. And what I found fascinating about that quote is in this episode, when Summer went undercover and then came back to the Day family, and they thought, oh, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, Summer did it, and she turned back into Night Summer during the day. That was the quote she gave to Rick. Rick, your opinion means nothing to me. Now, what's so great about that is this is the subconsciousness of Summer. Okay. This is her inner being. And like she stated, like the Night Summer stated, this is a part of Summer that's been waiting to come out. So obviously there was some type of aggression, some type of, something that Summer feels like she just needed to take the lead. And the fact that her subconsciousness was able to like come up with this whole scheme and plan and take over and have Rick capture Night Rick and have him make like an even bigger sunobulator so it could reach even farther. Like, that just goes to show how Summer is actually very fucking intelligent. She's very intelligent, very, conniving. And yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? Like, when you really break it down, you think about like maybe Summer is closer to Rick, like the form of Rick, like who he is, than anybody that we thought. You know, we see glimpses of Morty and this and that, but let's be honest. Morty is a Jerry. Morty is a Jerry. The only thing that Morty gets credibility for is that's Rick's go-to. But if they probably had to pick like a loyal trustee, it's Summer. You know what I'm saying? And obviously, even though Rick gave the quote, "Some of your opinion means nothing to me," that we all know that's not true because Summer means a lot to Rick. And if you go back into the episode, the beginning of the episode, when Rick showed the Sonobulator, right? And Morty was like, "Oh, I want to try it." He's like, "Nope." Summer's like, "I want to try it." He's like, "Nope." And Summer's like, "All right, fine." And gave him like the silent treatment, the guilt trip. And Rick was like, all right, cool, cool, cool. Y'all can use it. That goes to show Summer's opinion matters a lot to Rick because Rick don't give a fuck what people think. He don't give a fuck what people. He don't nobody. But obviously, Summer touches, you know what I'm saying, somewhat deep down, you know what I mean, because he's willing to change his mind and do shit to accommodate Summer. Now, well, what is funny about that scene when they're having breakfast is when everybody was doing their DNA, Jerry comes out and he was like, "Do I have to really give him my DNA? Why can't I give it Beth's debit card?" That just goes to show Jerry is still fucking jobless. You know what I mean? He still Beth is still paying for everything because Jerry has no fucking job. So that's clear to say. So you know what I mean? The night family ends up taking over. The day family ends up prevailing in the end. Um, it was a fucking hilarious episode, man. Hilarious episode, and the reason it was so hilarious, like I said, took place in one general location because there is no more portal gun. But there was a lot of canon, a lot of Easter eggs. So now that we're fucking done with the breakdown of the episode, let's go ahead and get into some of these canon moments, some of this continuity, and some of these Easter eggs that you may or may not have noticed during this episode.
It's full circle from the pilot. Full circle. I guess we both just had to take a shit.
Guess we both just had to take a shit. So continuity, Easter eggs, theories and conspiracies, it's all here. And we'll start with one easy, okay? We see Rick sleep and wake up in his room. Big deal? No big deal. Somewhat of a big deal, being that this is the 55th episode, 65th, 64th, something of that nature, right? And we've only seen Rick's room 4 times. 4 times. 3 times in actual like real time and 1 time in and 1 time in a flashback. I think it was like the Rick Shank Redemption or some shit. But 4 times, man, in like 50, 60 episodes. So most cases, I wouldn't say it's anything worth a damn. But the fact of the matter is, this is one of the first times we see his room. Can't remember which episode this is. I know it was something with him and Jerry. I think it was one of the divorce episodes. I'm not quite sure, right? But we see his wall and we see a lot of shit. We see his Lovecraft, or we see his spacecraft. We see a couple faces from this picture alone. The only face that we can make out is the Meeseeks up here in the corner, and then Aberdolf Linker down here. You know what I'm saying, in the bottom corner, bottom left, right. But then we get another picture of his room. It's a little more clear. So we know for a fact that's Meeseeks, Aberdolf Linker, Aberdolf Linkler. Give me 1 sec. I'm gonna actually pull up exactly what the fuck all these are. So I got my note. I gotta pull up the old Nizotes. Right. So we on the wall we have where is I just had it, man? Oh, that's because I put in the wrong episode. My fault. Let's see. What's man? I'll be clashing my thoughts with other, you know what I'm saying, Rick and Morty phonetics. So man, feel free to get up on this piece anytime y'all want, man. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Hmm. Oh, that's why. Let's see. All right. So on the wall we have a Zygerian, and not only is it any Zygerian, man, but that actually looks like the lead Zygerian on the wall. We have Aberdolf Linkler over here. We have what looks like a little portal, I'm assuming. We have a portal gun up here. We have, you know, Meeseeks over here in the corner. We also have a Cronenberg that's kind of cut off right here. I know, you know, y'all probably can't see it. And then of course we have Dr. Xenenbloom right here. Dr. Xenenbloom, for those that know, that's when the episode where Rick had like the homeless dude and he had like the whole Jurassic Park living type scenario inside of his body. I think it was a Christmas episode to be exact. You know what I mean? So that's where Dr. Xenenbloom comes from, who I think he ended up killing all of them. Because remember, they put him in Summer's like boyfriend or something like that at the end, and I think he ended up just like killing the whole project. But I mean, he's on his wall in his room. Will it play a significant factor? And kind of only other thing when I was looking at this, man, is a lot of those pieces connect back to this middle piece, right? And whatever that blueprint is in the middle, maybe it kind of looks like you know what I mean, how they're gonna break like that time continuity that Evil Morty went into, because you kind of see it's like a little spaceship craft type object going into like some type of portal, man. So maybe Rick's coming up with some type of concoction, you know what I mean, to go get Evil Morty. I don't know, man. Like I said, this is just my theories and conspiracies, you know. One thing, this when we're talking about canon moments, I had mentioned this shit on Sunday, and I said I was gonna get some pictures of it, you know what I'm saying, to really get involved. But one thing that is constantly been repeated since the train episode, which I believe it was season 5. Yeah, I believe it was season 5, or it could have been season 4. I'm not too sure. But the train episode where they had the ticket please guy, they had the conductor, and they had Jesus, all with the super ripped abs, you know what I'm saying, the cum gutters. Since then, Rick and Morty have been obsessed with abs. And in this episode, they get the abs. They have a podcast called what was it? Abulous Fabsolutely Abulous. Fabsolutely Abulous. That was a little podcast because, you know what I'm saying, they use their night versions to give their bodies some super ripped abs, as we can see right here. Bam. Nerd Rick and Morty with the super ripped abs, you know what I mean, that they use from the Sonobulator. Just knocking them out, bro. So, you know what I mean, as Morty would call it, look at them, look at that washboard, you know what I mean, on Rick and Morty right there. And for those that don't know, the obsession of it, it goes back to the ticket please guy. It goes back to the conductor, and then Jesus himself. So, you know what I mean? We have all of these, and it all goes back to the obsession of Rick and Morty wanting the fucking washboard abs with the cum gutters. And I pretty much would say they got it down. Morty, I believe, was shooting like fucking bowling balls out of his fucking abs when they got took over by the Knight family and the drones came in and was gonna shoot him. Morty was like, "Everybody stand behind my abs," and take a fucking couple bullets to the old ab pieces. So it's just ridiculous how they're just obsessed with these abs. Will they continue to be obsessed now that they had them and they're probably not going to have them no more? Probably. I'm gonna say yeah. I'm gonna say that's a big yes on that one. Um, Another thing that was kind of funny to me, I had brought up, man, the sheep counter by Snoozy. This is in the beginning of the episode with Beth. She couldn't sleep. Jerry was knocked the fuck out, and so like the old saying, you know, count sheep in your sleep. She puts on an app where you physically in the app gotta count how many sheep there's been, which completely fucking just belittles the idea of trying to sleep, because we all know if we're on our phones at night doing something, we're not going to sleep. So the fact that you're on your phone trying to sleep, it was fucking hilarious. And like I said, that was the beginning of the episode. That's how the episode started off, man. So you already knew it was going to be a good episode, man. Um, when they're throwing, you know what I'm saying, good old puns like that in the beginning. So this episode, in my opinion, out of the 4 so far, I'm probably gonna rank this episode out of the 4 so far. I'll probably rank this. I'm going with number 3. I'm gonna say this is number 3 out of 4 so far. That's kind of a rough evaluation, you know what I mean? It's kind of a rough evaluation because we haven't really hit midpoint yet. Which brings me to my next point. Next week, well, this week's episode, this Sunday's episode of Rick and Morty, we have episode number 5. Let me see. I think it's called like Final Smithanation or something like that. I think so. Yeah. Season 6, episode 5, Final Smithanation. And it's gonna be a good one, man. We got a little trailer for it. I'm gonna show it here at the end. Can't really tell too much, but this is the halftime show. You know what I mean? Those that have followed me for a little bit and watched last season. I got a halftime show, man. And basically for the halftime show, what I do is I rank, we go back, we talk about the current episode that just played, but then we go back and we break down a quick breakdown of 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And well, it's not even really a breakdown. It's more just a general convo of all 5 episodes, like a little recap. We rank them, you know what I mean, to see, from most favorite to, I don't like saying least favorite because I like all of them, but from most favorite to just not most favorite, I guess. We break down some of our our favorite characters of the season so far, some of our favorite moments of the season so far. So, like I said, man, it's basically a recap show. I call it my halftime show because I'm a big football fan and shit. So, I'm gonna so the way next week is gonna work is season 6, episode 5 is gonna come out Sunday evening, 11 o'clock. 11:30, 11:40, 11:40, 11:40. I will be on to do the live post show convo. I'm gonna get that name right, man. I fucking named it and I can't even remember. Post show convo will be Sunday. We're gonna break down the episode, and then come Wednesday when I do it'll be episode 27 of Rickle Me Pick. We'll do the halftime show. I might have a guest on here. Reached out to a homie, you know what I'm saying? So we might bring him on there. And we're just, like I said, man, we're gonna rank episodes 1 through 5 of season 6, talk best moments, best characters. We're gonna give our predictions on the second half of the season, what we think is gonna happen, how we think it's gonna end. So you know what I'm saying? You want to make sure you tuned in next week, man. Sunday, we got the live post-show convo. Wednesday, we got the halftime breakdown. You're not going to want to miss it, man. It's going to be full of fucking good-ass Rick and Morty shit.
Oh, yeah!
You got to be there. You got to be there. And if you miss it, it's cool, bro, because, the shit's streamed and you get to fucking watch it later on. You know what I mean? So either way, it works.
Ooh,
Ooh, wee, indeed. Mr. Poopy Butthole, where you at? Where you at on my one of my? Oh, there you are. Yeah, Mr. O PB. Mr. PB, man. So we're yet to see him in the season. I know he's coming out. I think every season he's came out, right? So I know he's coming. He's coming somewhere, man. Who else are we gonna get this season, man? What other characters we gonna get? See, that's why you gotta join next week for the halftime show, because we're gonna get on to all that, man. We're gonna get who do we think's gonna come out in the show? What do we think's gonna happen? Man, I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, it's gonna be dope, man. You're gonna want to be here next week for it. Ain't that right, Rick? Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? He knows what's up. So got to make sure you're here next week. Episode 5, season 6, final Smithanation. Like I said, man, I promised y'all a trailer. I think I have that. Do I have the trailer? Nope, but I could pull it up, man. We're gonna watch the trailer real quick. Um, before we get up out of here, bruh. That's what's gonna happen. Let's see. Let's see. I don't even think yeah. I don't even think y'all gonna be able to hear it, man. YouTube be blocking that shit out. Well. I don't want to show y'all a trailer that you can't fucking hear. You know what I'm saying? That kind of defeats the purpose. So I'll make sure I get that trailer next time. But hey man, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much the breakdown. Make sure you share, make sure you comment. I appreciate everybody that came by and watch the show. Ice T, shouts out to you, you know what I mean? Appreciate you coming by again. You know what I mean? You're always a fan favorite. Appreciate everybody on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Anchor, and however else you listen to your podcast streams for listening. Shouts out to everybody on YouTube, Twitch, Facebook for tuning in and watching. If you want to follow me and you're not following me for all Rick and Morty news, you can follow me on Instagram at RickleMePick. Anywhere else you want to follow me for everything else that's going on in the universe of NR and NR originals, you can follow me on Instagram. You can follow me on Twitch, and you can follow me on Twitter at NR_originals, and look for me on YouTube at NR originals, man. It's been a fun show as always. Appreciate you, Ice T. Always the love, baby. And hey man, it's been a fun show. Hilarious episode. If you haven't watched it, go fucking watch it right now. Like, turn this shit the fuck off and go watch that shit, man. Funny episode. Sunday, 11 p.m. Eastern Time, Season 6, Episode 5, Final Smithers Nation. It's going to be a good one. I'm going to have the live post-show convo right after. And then next Wednesday, we got the halftime breakdown. We're going to break down, episodes 1 through 5, man. It's been a pleasure. Thank you, everybody that's come out this evening to watch. I will see y'all all next week. Hope y'all have a great week, man. And like I said, make sure you hit that like, hit that share, and I'll see y'all people next week, man. Peace.